Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1989 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. Another great match-up between a left-hander and a right-hander. This is Alan Atkins from Queensland. And he's one of the local hopes here, the left-hander in the tournament. Haven't had much of a trot at the moment. He's looking to change that. He's up against Ian Bradford. Let's see what he can do. Lane 11 first up. He's the 7th seed. And a good start from the lefty. Alan Atkins strikes out first up, Terry.
Yes, that was a good confident start. Alan is such a good player in this centre. He's won the tournament here, the Cool Foam Classic. He's won it 5 times. Look at this shot, straight in the pocket. All the other left-handers have had trouble bringing it up, but he bowls more direct.
This is Ian Bradford. He's got a career list as long as your arm. 3 times Australian representative, 2 South Pacifics, 3 Brisbane Cups, a Melbourne Cup and a Cool Foam Classic. He is the 18th seed. And there's a strike in reply. And the man that's going for a 3rd Australian Bowler of the Year title, Ian Bradford, off to a classic start as we watch this one again from lane 12.
Yes, Ian's just such a good player. He has such great concentration, which is really the best part about his game. We'll see it here on the pin cam. The ball, that's 10 in the pit. That's just a perfect strike. The ball rolling straight through the pins. Takes a lot of time.
Ian Bradford has bowled 300 on 4 occasions in tournaments. He has a high series of 847. Now, that included a 300, a 278 and a 268. He has a tournament average of 210, and that is a fantastic effort. This is his first delivery on lane 11 in this year's Classic. He went very wide that time, Terry. Bit of luck at the end there.
Extreme. That was very, very lucky. You know, he needed that break. Lane 11's not coming back as much as he'd want it to, and he wanted the break. You see the ball here, he throws it out wide, and it just stays there, just doesn't come back. He looks at it disappointed, gets the break, says thank you.
There's the style of Ian Bradford, 29-year-old from Taylor's Lakes in Victoria. Oh, he went very wide that time, living dangerously, and leaves the frame open.
Yes, Chris, he's changed to a plastic ball. Again, this is such a different contest here because the lane conditions are a little different.
This is Alan Atkins. He's played in 3 Cokes before. 5 times winner of the Cool Foam Classic, Queensland, Logan City doubles, an 85 runner-up of the Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic, the inaugural one. Eight pins down that time. He's coming off a strike. Would have liked to have kept it intact there with a double, because a perfect game of 300 here in the Cool Foam Classic can get you a new Holden Nova SLE sedan. Compliments of Motor Armour Holden at Springwood in Brisbane as we watch pin cam. It showed there the ball straight through the head.
Yeah, it just took a little bit more than lane 11 and just went through the nose.
Safely spares that one up. So this is looming to be a great contest between 2 experienced bowlers. Alan Atkins of Alexandra Hills. He's 44 years of age as we watch this spare again.
Yes, Alan's a very, very good player. His nickname's Shifty. He'll come at you if he can, I can tell you. He will not give up and not let you get ahead.
He's the 7th seed. He averaged 211 in the seedings tournament. A high game of 246. His best in tournaments is 290 with a high series of 729. He's back on lane 11. Yeah, the crowd called it here at the Logan City Lanes. Get it up. Certainly did. A lot of response here from the locals. They enjoyed that one.
That was a good shot. As I said, he's playing the same lane on both lanes. Lane 12's probably hooking a little bit more. That ball stayed out a bit more. Didn't hook as early. Went further down the lane. But he points the ball up more, whereas the other left-handers tend to throw the ball out and let it come back. And Alan just plays more direct.
Yeah, a bit of luck there from Ian Bradford on lane 12. He gets a strike.
Yes, we'll see Ian gets the ball right out again, and the ball grips this time on lane 12, but it doesn't on lane 11.
Welcome back to the 1989 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. This is Australia's #1 bowler at the moment, Ian Bradford. He's got a degree in physics that might help him a little bit as he gathers up momentum for this delivery on lane 11. See the wrist movement there. Bradford. Oh, he went Brooklyn that time, but still the strike counts.
Again, we see the Brooklyn shot coming into it. Ian's such a good player, and he's trying to make adjustments on this left lane. He's tried it, he's slowed it up, he's changed a different shot, got away with it, got the break. The wrist things that he's have on his wrist there help him keep under the ball. He's the only person that goes out and uses, but he does have a wrist problem, and there is some doubt about whether he's fit to play or not. You know, he always, when he has to get up there and lift the ball, he sometimes feels a lot of pain.
Reply from Alan Atkins. Yeah, he liked it. He's getting worked up here. And again, these two go neck and neck.
Yes, this is a great shot from Alan. He's up there, he's adjusted a little bit, so he's got it a little bit wider out on lane 12. He's in business. We'll see it here on pin cam. 10 in the pit, perfect shot. As I said before, Alan's a tough customer. He's just going to keep trying all the time. Ian's got a double up now. But Alan can still keep it up, but he has to keep it up because Ian's just likely to punch it all the way.
No, he's looking for a turkey there. That's 3 in a row, of course.
Not to be, though, but... well, he got a break there, knocking the 7-pin out. If that 7-pin had stood up, would have been a nasty spare for him to have to go back for. He didn't like the shot, knew it was bad. Says, thank you, I'll take 9 all day.
Bradford waits his turn. Atkins now needs to close this frame. Yeah, he knew it was good. Turned around immediately, he let it go. It's a nice, confident start there from Alan Atkins.
Yes, we'll see. He's just a good spare. Shouldn't be any problem, these single pins, and he's confident. Throws it, walks away. Let's get on with the next shot.
This is Bradford. He didn't like that at all, and it didn't even sound right.
No, it was a total misrelease. It hit the thumbhole and just went thud, 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 and that ball just isn't going to hook. In the South Pacific Classic this year, he ran second. He said he had trouble with his wrist. He felt he couldn't put the lift on the ball. We'll see here with the pin cam. The ball comes in behind the head pin and just leaves him a spare, an awkward spare. And he misses it.
Well, it's dire straits now for Bradford. He's deep in concentration at the moment. Of course, he's won a host of tournaments. It's Atkins there. He's preparing, looking up at the scoreboard. Bit of work there from Bradford on the ball. I think it's more concentration, more mental than actual physical work on the ball.
It is. It's a pre-shot routine that you go through every shot. And Ian's just settling himself down, knows what to do. Let's go out and do it.
Brought that one back a long way, but still, he hasn't been able to clean up.
No, he's had trouble on that lane. He just can't seem to get the ball back. He's a little confused on that lane, and when you get a bit confused with one lane, you tend to blame yourself, or you're not really sure, and he just doesn't know what to do on that lane, and just can't build any momentum up to keep going.
No problem with the spare. Closes that frame up. Takes a seat. Looks up at the scoreboard, wondering what he has to do. He's got to concentrate. There's plenty of time left. The delivery driver from Alexander Hills here in Brisbane.
Al's looking to put this one away. He's just got to get it out on lane 12 and let the ball run up to the head pin.
No, he can't believe it either. He looks back, wry grin down the end of the lane, staring at lane 12. He's not a happy man.
Now, Alan doesn't put a lot on the ball. He's not really a power player. He's more of a finesse type player. He's stunned because he would have thought he would have taken the 5. He can't believe it. He just sits there. You'll see it here. The ball misses the 5 pin. The ball should take the 5. The 10 pin there rocking but won't fall. He's left a very difficult spare. And if he misses this, he lets Ian back in the match.
That's how it can change. Have a look at the concentration there of Bradford. He's behind Atkins. See what he can do with this. No, can't make it, so that's an open frame. We have a look at it again.
But what he's got to do here is get the ball to come out wide. It's the lane that's hooking the most, so he's got to throw the ball out further and get the ball to run back. But he just hasn't thrown it out. He knew it.
6 frames down, and Alan Atkins leads by 25 pin. Has the possibility, of course, of becoming Australia's bowler of the year for a 3rd time in a row. Deep in concentration.
Well, there was that sound again, Chris. He's hit the thumb hole again. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's obviously trying to release the ball differently here to try and get the ball to come up. But here it is, it go down the lane. It goes thud, 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 and it just doesn't come back. Hits the pocket, but just leaves the soft 10. You'll see it here. The ball deflects too much. The 6-pin goes around the 10-pin. Just doesn't come back. He's changed balls. This ball's actually lighter. Should go straighter.
Well, that's a rarity in a tournament, pulled up.
Well, it's actually not for certain bowlers. There's probably a handful of bowlers out there that just have real good concentration. You'll see there, he loses it, he gets through it, doesn't like the feel of the ball, pulls up.
No problem there, taking out the 10-pin. Closes the frame. So at the moment, Alan Atkins' lead is 16 pins, both coming off spares.
Yes, Ian, you know, in the 2nd frame missed this spare, so he didn't want to miss it. He probably thought before he missed it because it slipped off his thumb, and he was going to make sure it didn't happen again. But Ian's still in this match. Ian can always strike out. He's just such a good player under pressure, and he can always get a strike when he needs it. Let's see what he does.
Oh, a little bit lucky there. He still hasn't mastered lane 11. He's struggling.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's trying to throw a different shot on 12 and then trying to throw a different shot on 11. Again, your bowlers are just getting a little confused. This comes back to we just need more exposure in the game, and players need to get out there and bowl more and practice a lot more. He's gone for this lighter ball again to bowl straighter at the spares.
There it is. Spares it up nicely. Does Ian Bradford, of course. Bowling, or 10-pin bowling, I should say, was an exhibition sport at the Seoul Olympics. And Bradford, a champion in Australia. Sure, he'd love it to be a sport, a total sport in the Olympics.
Sure would. He'd love to get over there and bowl. He bowled in the World Cup last year, and he ran 2nd, and he's looking to do big things.
Oh, yeah, a bit of luck there from Alan Atkins.
Yes, you know, he left that 5-10 on the last ball on lane 12. He wanted to get it out. This is a strange game where you can miss by more and get a better result. But it's such a, you know, it's just one of the parts of the game. It's just like hitting a bad bounce in golf or hitting a sprig mark. But here we see it on pin cam. Mixes the pins up. The pins go around. Pin comes off the wall. Everything takes out the 10-pin. And right now he's happy. He just wants to put one in here, and he can really sort of sew up this match if he can get this strike here. Take a little bit extra time. Make sure the ball feels right. He wants to throw a good shot.
He called it. He thought he might get that one. This is the foundation frame. Games are won or lost in this one.
Well, this certainly is. You know, if he had a double there, it would have meant that he had a real good game going for the 10th frame. As it is now, he's still let Ian in because he hasn't shut Ian out. That ball then going a little high. He tried to point it, but Ian can still punch out and win the game.
If Alan strikes out, spares here and strikes out, he certainly would take this match. So he really wants to take care of this pin. Does so.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to miss that, that's for sure.
There's a look at the scoreboard.
Well, during the match play game, you always have a look at the scoreboard. You're constantly looking at probably a bad point. In America, the pros just look at the tiles. You know, they're sort of nicknamed them tile watchers because they just sit there with their head down. They don't want to look at the opponent playing. They don't want to look at anything. They just want to bowl with blinkers on.
Now, must call on all his experience, Bradford. He's got it right this time on lane 12. Gives him an opportunity as we come down to the wire.
Yes, you'll see he gets it out. He's hit the pocket just about every time in this lane. He likes it, goes in, knocks out the 10. He's happy with it. See it here in pin cam, the soft 10, and just going over last.
Into the foundation frame, and Alan Atkins leads by 18 pins. Wire here in this first round match of the 1989 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. This is the man that really needs to strike out. If he does, he'll shoot 198 and put the pressure on his opponent.
Yes, Ian's just the man to do it. He wants to finish off, but he hasn't hit lane 11 yet, and he's got to get the ball there to be able to do it. But if he can get one, I think he might be able to do it. Just got to get his first one.
Looked pretty good. He was happy with that. This is what we know that Bradford can do, and he certainly will finish off tough.
Well, this is what I mean. You'll see here the ball's hitting the thumb hole. He's just releasing it the way he wants to release it. And it just shows such great character, such faith in his own game and his own knowledge of the game, because he's really throwing a shot he's not used to throwing, but it's getting the results. Alan having another sip of Coke there because he knows the pressure's really going to be on. If Ian can get this one, it means he's in front.
Alan, I think he would have called for more than just the Coke. A little bit of a mixer in there with it, but let's have a look what Bradford can do. That looks good again. Oh, dear. We'll have to have a look at that one again.
Well, this is what I mean. He's playing this shot. It's hitting the thumb hole, so it's not rolling. It's just getting down the lane, and he just has to play it. It really shows a lot of confidence in what he knows and a lot of strength, because, you know, I know in my days, I certainly wouldn't have played that. I'd be wanting to bowl the biggest ball I can, and he's trying to throw it as wide as he can.
Takes one pin out. Does Ian Bradford. Now the pressure on Alan Atkins. Bradford looks up at the scoreboard. I suppose he'd be hexing his opponent. 185 Bradford finishes with.
Well, I think Ian at the moment has just resigned himself to a loss. But in his defence, he has really bowled well to do what he did. I thought the shots he was playing are totally foreign to his game, and he's shown really strength of character to go out and do what he thinks best. Let's see if Alan can just put this away. Strike here, he wins.
He's got it. Crowd like it. He likes it.
Well, that's the game, Chris. He just wraps it up. You see it here. He's got the ball down. Look at the determination on the face. Rides the ball out. Come on, come on. They all go down. You'll see it in pin cam. The pins mix up. Pin swishes around and takes out the 610.
Now we're Portland here for his second round finish off with a couple of strikes. Oh, gee, he had a bit of trouble here with a foul line. Had to pull up very quickly then.
He did then. He must have stuck on the foul line, but because he's got the strike and the scoring is 10 plus the next two balls, it really wouldn't have mattered. He could have afforded the foul there. He still makes enough pins. He has another shot at it. Not a problem. Here he goes. He sticks. Up. Sticks, looks down, goes up on his toes. Goes nowhere near the foul line.
There it is. He takes out the remaining pins. And Alan Atkins is through to the second round of the Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. A 196 to 185 win over Ian Bradford.